All right, guys, welcome back. Some technical difficulties. Thank you for hanging on there, but the best is back. We've got massive announcements coming out with just cryptocurrency markets in general have been blowing up this week. I mean, let me tell you, we've got $78 billion exiting the US banking system right now, which is a major concern, and we're definitely going to be covering here on the channel. So, guys, definitely stay tuned for that. In the meantime, give me 2 seconds. I'm having a little bit of an audio feedback problem here. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Alright, I'm back. So, here we go. Guys, let's quickly start off with I gotta get strapped for this one. Alright, this one's gonna be a big one, so pay close attention. We got a lot to cover. We've got things coming from Litecoin to Ethereum to XRP to, like I said, $78 billion exiting the US banking system. We got Federal Reserve news. We got all kinds of news. We even got news of NFTs. So things are definitely heating up, which is the reason why I got the best back on today. So let's get started quickly, just with a simple market overwatch for you guys. In the meantime, guys, smash those likes. Let's get the party rocking and rolling. If you're listening on TikTok as well, also smash those likes. Greatly appreciate it. But here we go. So first off, let's do a quick little refresh here. And the total market cap is down 0.25%. We're at 1.2 trillion. Bitcoin's at 29,900. Things have been kind of sideways now this last week. Nothing major except for Bitcoin losing 30,000, which is a bit of a concern. And we're going to be covering more about that later as well. Ethereum at 1,800. Everything's pretty much hasn't really been moving. The last 24 hours, everything just been kind of blah. Nothing's really been happening. Uh, Polygon at 75 cents. Even XRP is not doing too much, trying to hold on to that 74 cents. Continuously being rejected at 82 cents. And Litecoin, we do have some news about Litecoin coming up, so stay tuned for that. And now let's do the quick little market, uh, actually Bitcoin TA with Market Cipher here. Sorry, not Market Cipher, Chart Prime. So let me see, where can I find that real quick? Here we are. So quick and easy, right? Things are looking bullish right now with the dynamic reactor still in green, the volume still in green, oh, bluish, which is bullish. Right? Prime score 9, consolidation 8. But what this is not accounting for here is that I believe we're gonna print a reversal here soon. I think we're gonna print a reversal here soon because there are some key levels at 30,000 that if we don't hold above is gonna be a concern. We've also see a reversal here on the oscillator with, things going down, kind of creating a bit of divergence here with the price being sideways and price and yet the oscillator is going down and momentum incentive is going down. Money flow, which is this blue cloud back here, is also in the negative. The trend is negative right now. Let's jump down to the 1 hour. Let's jump to 1 hour, uh, what our reactors have to say there. Wait for a minute for it to load in. And yeah, as you can see here on the 1 hour, we're negative, right? We're the dynamic reactor is red, the volume is orange, which is also bad, and we're getting these constant reversals back and forth. We're trying to fight for a strong move up, but we can't. Score is low, the consolidation score is kinda high. I do believe that if we do not reclaim 30,000, we are in trouble. And there's more indicators that give me more information here with Chart Prime. Obviously, I'm not gonna hit all of those because it just things makes things a lot more complicated. But if you are interested in Chart Prime, check out the QR code. we greatly appreciate it. Helps out the channel, and they've got great support. They've got great classes. And they have a Discord that you join with the price of their monthly payment. So it's definitely a great tool if you want to start learning how to trade and start getting involved and really get a lot of help on the way. So check that out if you're interested. But with that being said, we're gonna start off easy. We're gonna start off light today, guys. We're gonna start off with some NFT news on OpenSea, which is actually something that I'm surprised took so long to do, but I'm very pumped about the fact that it's finally here. So, that's gonna be a good thing. Here we go with the OpenSea. Uh, share my screen here. So here we go. OpenSea added feature to swap NFTs directly. Water break. Now, why is this bullish? Obviously, I'm not gonna go through this entire article. It's basically allowing you to trade NFTs, peer-to-peer swap, right? NFT peer-to-peer swap feature to help trade in their collections. So let's jump out of here and let's just talk about it. This is great for NFTs in the aspect that it goes back to the good old days of Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, baseball cards, right? Where you have a collectible and you just wanna trade. You don't right now with the way NFTs were set up was if I wanna get out of one NFT into another one, I have to sell it. That might take some time before I can buy the next one and try to use the same capital. Now, you have one NFT or you have a couple of NFTs that you're willing to part ways with, and maybe somebody else is interested in them, you can trade them those NFTs. You can trade them NFTs plus ETH on top of the trade to get the NFT that you actually want. So let's say you wanted Bored Ape, right? You can trade 5 NFTs that you're willing to part ways with, and maybe a couple of, maybe 1 or 2 ETH on top of that, and bam, you gotta trade the guy with the Bored Ape or with, the Mutant Ape is interested and makes the trade. How much easier is that to get in and out of NFTs now instead of having to wait to sell your NFTs and then, jump into the new one? One negative, which is not for you guys, which is great, is it is gonna be for the creators, but, it's just one of these things, royalties. There is not gonna be any royalties on these trades. I think NFTs are starting to have a movement to get away from royalties. Is that gonna be good or bad in the long term? We will see. But nonetheless, I think this trading NFT feature is great, and we need lots more platforms implementing them. I'm sure there's others out there besides OpenSea, but I am glad that OpenSea is finally making some updates because at the end of the day, unfortunately, OpenSea is where the majority of people go, even though there's a lot of other great platforms out there. A lot of people right now go to OpenSea. OpenSea is almost like Coinbase, right? But equivalent in the NFT space. That will change at a time with more competition coming into play, but you know, I think this is great. I think people should be very excited to get in and out of these NFTs by trading. Billy is saying audio is choppy, clipping. That's a little weird. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you there. It's the best I got. Sorry about that. Guys, smash those likes. Let's get excited. Let's see how many people are in here right now. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to Kenton Smith. Shout out to Chemo and Crypto, Coin Operator, Armorzilla. What's up, guys? Rave Songs Records. On Sunday Live. Greatly appreciate all of you guys here right now. Another water break. Lots of talking today. So let's move on next to some Ethereum updates. Guys, get ready because we're going to be hitting some heavy news later in this show. We're going to talk about XRP, talking about bank run that's possibly happening here, some government stuff, some Federal Reserve stuff that's happening, things that really, really are important. So make sure you stay tuned to the end. We're going to start off light, like I said, NFTs, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin, and then we're going to get into the heavy stuff. So up next is Ethereum. As you can see here, this is going to be a quick and easy one for all of you guys watching. Ethereum reaches a milestone with $52.3 billion worth of ETH staked, right? The more ETH staked, the more secure the network. Right? The second largest cryptocurrency in altcoin, so the stake of the ETH protects the Ethereum network from attacks. It has reached 52.3 billion. This is the bear market, right? We're not even in the crazy frenzy of the bull market yet. The Ethereum network has reached a new milestone, which is 26.23 million ETH under the ETH 2.0 staking contract. The value of protected ETH has reached 52.3 billion at one point. So obviously, we already know Ethereum transitioned from proof of work to proof of stake, and it is working out for itself so far, right? You know, I am a fan of proof of work over proof of stake, but it is what it is. Ethereum decided to make this move. Everybody thought it was gonna be the end. It was gonna blow up. Everybody thought it was gonna be this great significant thing as well, and it was gonna blow up in price. And I told you guys that it probably wasn't gonna be. A lot of more things were gonna roll out throughout the bear market and in the bull market, and it kind of played out that way. I am glad to see Ethereum gaining strength and getting more staked ETH, which is always good for the network for security purposes. So that's good news. Easy, simple, digestible news for all you ETH holders out there. Crypto Beauty says, catching some aloha from Miguel for a new ride. You good? Hmm. I don't know what that means, man. For a new raw for a few. You got me off guard there. Got me confused. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, guys. Up next, Litecoin. Right. You must be thinking, why are we covering Litecoin? Litecoin's a dead project. Litecoin, I actually think Litecoin obviously is not gonna be an astronomical star, but I think it's gonna perform pretty well. Um, you know, Litecoin is one of these sleeper coins that unfortunately, even though it doesn't have a lot going for it in the aspect of marketing, like a lot of other cryptos, it is an OG. It has been tested true and true. It is pretty quick. It is pretty low on fees. It's also got ordinals and NFTs, just like Bitcoin does now. It also has privacy through the Mimblewimble protocol, even though some criticize that it's not the best, some is better than none. And I think Litecoin is going to perform well because every time something opens up, if you watch some of these traditional finance shows and they show the ticker marks rolling down the screen, they always include Litecoin. They always include Litecoin, so it gives it a little bit of publicity in that aspect. But let me show you this what I got here for Litecoin when it comes to what is happening with it right now. If you didn't know, like I said, right, proof of work, Litecoin is also proof of work. It's just a different algorithm uh, instead of a SHA algorithm, it's a script algorithm. Litecoin is eyeing a new high amid having fueled buy-up. So it's having event, excuse me, on August 2nd here, coming up real soon in the next week or so. Yep, next week. It's gonna be next week on Wednesday. Next week on Wednesday, it's gonna be the halving event for Litecoin, and it's gonna be dropping from 6.2. Where is it at? Where is the halving coming from? What is the actual halving? Give me a second here. I think I passed it. Not on the article. That's well, it's dropping. It's having a halving event here, which is significant, just like the Litecoin creates more scarcity, right? It slashes the block rewards, but for whatever reason, they're not stating where it's dropping. I believe it's like at 12 point something ETH. I mean, 12 point something Litecoin being created for a block to I think it's gonna drop to 6.25. That should be the correct number. Somebody can fact check that if they want, but I believe that is gonna be it. And this is going to, like I said, it's all part of the 4-year cycle happening. Litecoin starting to having they're having Litecoin does perform relatively well sometimes. It has some pretty decent moves. Um, so I believe Litecoin is going to be one of those that people are gonna be shocked in the next cycle. I'm not saying it's gonna 100x or 10x, but I think people are going to be shocked by how it performs in this next cycle. Hondaland says look up minimal privacy for Litecoin. Oh, you said that the privacy layer will help utility when looking into the happening. Yeah, 100%, man. Utility. I think Litecoin does have some pretty decent utility. It just doesn't have marketing. It doesn't really have a lot of community behind it sometimes. I think that's what it lacks most of all. You know, if you're gonna pick between Litecoin and Doge, I would definitely pick some Litecoin over Doge. Obviously, Doge has the marketing, but it doesn't really have a lot of utility, versus Litecoin really does have the utility, just not a lot of marketing. And like they're both on the same algorithm script. So if you ever have any plans on mining with the script algorithm, you can be mining Doge and Litecoin with the same equipment. That's definitely something to look out for. So, guys, up next, Bitcoin. Why I was talking about a 30K being lost being a problem, and this has been brought up to my attention not just by the article I'm going to show you, but it's also been brought up to my attention by Magic and CVO. So, shout out to them from Leading Crypto. If you haven't checked out their Discord and their program, they definitely check them out and their channel. Bitcoin can still hit 19K, warns trader ahead of Bitcoin price big move. So Bitcoin's trended first downside over the weekend as markets geared up for July 23rd candle. As you guys can see here, we lost this. We've been losing this 30 to 31,000 multiple times. We've been getting rejected. And it's saying that obviously this price range is still on the cards. This was also brought up to me by CVO and Magic, right? Not exactly 19K, but somewhere in this region. As you guys can see here, this article is talking about a double top situation as we come up here to 31,000, came down, and now if we keep losing this down here, we're going to be creating a double top situation here, which can be breaking down a lot lower. As you can see here in this article picture, 25K is the level of support to first look at, but if we lose that, the next level of support, of massive support, is between below 25, and obviously holding up would be 19, and we'll definitely wanna see that hold. If that does not hold, then that is going to become a problem for sure. Um, so this, like I said, this was brought up to me by Magic and CVO. It's definitely something to look out for. Like you said, like I've told you guys, we've had massive rallies here, but we're still in a bear market. The bull market has not started. We still have time for some drawback. We still have some time for some ranging movements in mid to low 20s, right? I don't believe we're gonna drop below 19. If we do see this move to the downside, I don't believe we're gonna see 19, anything lower than 19. I think we're gonna, according to everything that Magic and CVO have told me, they believe as well that we're gonna be ranging somewhere in the 20s. If this is lost. Obviously, there's still time for it to be reclaimed and to move up forward. So nothing to be, all worked up about. I personally welcome this opportunity. I personally welcome the drop to 19 because I definitely want to pick up some more Bitcoin. I definitely want to pick up some more of these altcoins as well that I'm looking at that are going to drop significantly against Bitcoin as well, right? I think altcoins are going to drop either way. If we start to see a bigger move in Bitcoin, obviously there's always going to be a small rally of altcoins, but I believe that altcoins could also lose momentum compared to Bitcoin. There's a lot of stuff happening for Bitcoin when it comes to spot ETFs and massive institutions wanting Bitcoin. Guys, smash those likes. Smash those likes right now. If you're on TikTok, smash the likes. If you're on TikTok, you know where to find us. We're Debate Crypto on the tubes, right? And if you're on YouTube right now, definitely really appreciate all of you guys. Hit that membership button. Let's get some memberships rolling in here. We got some pretty cool emojis and stuff going on for you guys, and we're gonna be updating some of that as well. We got a little Fugazi emoji, you know. So if you guys appreciate that, help out the channel. I believe it's 2.99 the membership right now. So if you guys want to join in and support the channel, we greatly appreciate it. But if you can't do that, that's fine. Just hit that like button, share out the live. Also greatly helps the channel. And if you're not subbed, hit that sub. About 50% of people that watch the show are not subbed. Come on, don't be lurking in the dark. Come become friends of the channel. All right, so moving forward, let's get ready. Now we're gonna start hitting the hard stuff. Here comes XRP, right? So everybody has been waiting for the XRP news. It's about to go down. So let's get ready. Let's get some hype. Let's see some hype in the chat. Drop a one in the chat if you're hyped about XRP right now. Drop a one in the chat right now, guys. All right, here we go. First up for XRP, we've got some more partnerships. right? Ripple boasts new partnership to test and issuing crypto, CBDCs, and stablecoins. Good old CBDC Ripple. Nice. Come on. I'll give you my thoughts after I read the article. I'll be, impartial for they have, um, they have published some shares with the blockchain behemoth has added super hot blockchain tech research lab to work on this project, Axiology, whatever that means. Right? They're working in the EU, and basically what's happening here is they're creating an infrastructure system for trading and selling tokenized securities, right? It allows for several layers in the current capital market infrastructure to exist side by side on a single tech layer, which is more efficient, right? And launch new business models, all thanks to the XRP. Excuse me, as the Xology project is built on the XRP ledger, which is good. It's going to help the XRP technology. Does it mean it's going to be using XRP? I don't know. If it's on the ledger, you would hope that it's gonna be using XRP, but we will see. What I also see here is that it's trying to create real use cases for central bank digital currencies. Stablecoins, CBDCs are necessary for settling tokenized securities, right? They also talk about how it's a good opportunity for European banks to practice issuing and using CBDCs. And, they talk about CBDC payments, settlements, and yada, yada, yada. I told you guys that my biggest problem with XRP is this exact same thing. They are working with the traditional finance system to empower them to continue their control over you financially, right? CBDCs are not going to be good. They're not going to be positive at all for you. You're going to see more and more control, right? They're going to have more control. And this also filters in the $78 billion that I was talking about fleeing the US banking system. The reason why they want CBDCs instead of fiat currency right now, right? Just regular dollars, is because with the CBDC, they're gonna be able to control this fleet of money even better. They're going to be able to suppress transfers of wealth like that, right? They're not going to allow $78 billion to just exit. That's all thanks to the CBDC. They're also gonna be able to control where the money goes, and they're gonna push certain incentives to make the money go to certain places. And obviously, we all know that if you don't the money's not used the way they want you to use it, they can make the money go away. So the CBDCs are definitely a problem. I see nothing positive from the CBDCs, and the fact that XRP is behind all of this and pushing this forward makes me not like XRP. It's that simple, right? I'm really keeping it low key, not going all crazy, right? And saying what sometimes I've normally said, and you guys probably know why I'm taking a chill pill on, right? So this is definitely a problem. Great for the XRP, narrative in the short term, not so great for the individuals in the long term. Up next, we also got another XRP bullish reversal pattern for the price. Everybody that's concerned about the price of XRP, here we go. Let's have a little chatter here about XRP price. So XRP is forming a bullish reversal pattern. One of the proponent players in the crypto arena, right? A double top pattern is identified by two consecutive peaks. As you guys can see here, we're having two consecutive peaks. We peaked out at almost 95 cents, and then we peaked out about 85 cents, give or take, and come back down again. As we observe, XRP implies the opposite. In this scenario, the pattern represents two consecutive lows, hinting at a transition from a downward to an upward. Currently, XRP seems to be reaching a local top, prompting localized price reversal. The down pressure on XRP appears to be declining, making a bounce back from this level increasingly plausible. Interestingly, interestingly, the volume profile of XRP is also on a decline. This is an encouraging sign during a bearish rally, as it shows lessening selling pressure, lower volumes during a downturn, yada yada. The formation of the bullish reversal pattern combined with decreasing trading volume suggests that XRP could soon enter a new bullish phase. Now, I'm going to quickly jump on over to what our good old friend Magic has got to say about XRP's price action right now. And guys, forgive my newborn child screaming in the background. She also is not a fan of XRP, let me tell you. So here, Magic posted, for all you XRP, you already know. You need to close above 82 cents to have a shot at a new high in the short term and medium term. Otherwise, understand you already back tested your single print on the move up. If you lost, if lost, you will likely see 54 cents to 58 cents. Now go outside. The weekend is coming. Right. So as you guys can see here, I'm going to click on this picture here. He's talking about how we've already had this massive swing up here. We tried to retest it, got rejected, and have come back down again. If somehow 82 cents right here is not reclaimed soon, we've already got everything we need according to their TA style that we're going to be dropping down over here to massive support over here at 58 cents. This is the volume area low, and it seems like that's where the play is at. So I will be keeping an eye on this closely because if I can make money shorting XRP, I will, because I love to short XRP if I could, right? So there it is. There's your XRP TA for the day. So all you XRP maxis, whether you like it or you don't, one article is telling you bullish. Our personal friend from the show that's one of the greatest minds of TA in the space is telling us not so bullish right now. Not so bullish. And he has timed XRP perfectly all the way down to 29 cents from when it was over $1. So if you want to hate, he's got the receipts, my friend. He has definitely got the receipts. Now let's move on to $78 billion exiting the US banking system. Strap in, guys. It's about to get crazy. $78 billion exit US banking system in 1 week as JP Morgan signals issues alert on deposit flight. Could we've all forgotten, we've all really quickly forgot how simple and easy it was that 4 months ago, 5 months ago, there was technically banking crisis happening with banks crashing, right? We saw 4 to 5 major banks worldwide go down. That was just 4 or 5 months ago. People and we kinda forgot about that already, but there is still money issues happening. So let's get back into it. Could this be another wave of banking issues coming? The US banks are witnessing a big increase in deposit flight from their customers. No duh, because nobody wants dollars, man, but, that's a different story for a different time. According to a newly updated stats compiled by the Federal Reserve Economic Data, Fed, that's a cool name, 78 billion exited the American bank accounts from July 5th through the 12th, right? The deposit follows a 2-week period of relative stability in the system as big banks invest significant levels of cash into third-party, but Fugazi, right? JP Morgan have issued a warning to the shareholders. The bank sectors need to keep up with demand for higher rates and avoid deposit to avoid further deposit flight. You know what's happening here, right? One last thing I want to touch is the fact that their fallout with commercial real estate sectors fueled by emergency, remote, and hybrid work environments. This is why they hate people working remotely. It's because commercial real estate is getting hurt by it, right? Because companies are realizing that they can save tons of money on overhead, and they don't need actual commercial real estate and be paying a massive overhead on it. And while these banks' money is tied up in real estate, they've seen an increase of 30% compared to the last year on money going into commercial real estate loans, right? Which is a problem. This is kind of where we were at in 2008 with a lot of banks tied up in real estate and then real estate, right? And we saw where that went. That is definitely another concern. Banks are highly leveraged in real estate right now, once again. So they mentioned that, they need to keep up with demand and higher rates. People are realizing, whether this is directly happening with this case or not, with the 78 billion here, people are realizing that in crypto, right? Just one example, in crypto, there is many ways that you can earn. some decent amount of APY. There's 4% or higher, but at least 4% with some which is very decent for somebody that just wants to hold some cash, just wants to hold some stable coin somewhere, right? Versus in your bank account, you're earning nothing. You're earning nothing. And we've seen other lenders be attacked for these APYs because it makes banks lose. It makes banks look bad. It makes banks look weak, and it exposes them to this kind of flight risk where people start withdrawing money and pulling it out. This goes back to the CBDC thing. CBDC will control this flight deposit problem a lot better, which is why they want CBDCs. And they're going to be promising you all kinds of craziness, trying to get you on the CBDC, but it's all going to be nonsense. It's all going to be BS. So don't believe the hype. It's not going to be good, which is another reason why I hate it. So definitely watch out for the banking crisis. Maybe another bank or two might collapse. Maybe this is a wake up sign of people really realizing that maybe they can make some more decent APY in crypto instead of the traditional finance system, or just keeping the money in the bank account. So definitely something to look out for when it comes to, are we getting close to a 2008 all over again? Up next, we got the government. Good old government apparently never learns. They never learn. But listen to this. Handing out $1.8 million with no strings attached in US basic income pilot, right? The first group will receive $1,000 for a year. It's gonna be over 8 more than 800 people in 3 separate groups, right? The second group will receive an initial 6,500 and an additional 500 for 11. This is coming from the Denver City Council, right, as they're trying to run this project, and look at the quotes they have. Almost all participants noted feelings of relief, decreased stress, and increased hopefulness when asked about the impact of the stimulus. Well, no duh. This is the fugazi of free money. Of course, it feels great to get free money. Everybody wants money by doing nothing. It is a great feeling when you get money and you didn't do anything to earn it, and you know more of it's gonna keep coming. Of course, it relieves, stress. I don't have to work. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. I can spend more money. I can buy myself a nice TV. I can do this or that. But the problem is that even though in the short term they might feel some level of some, hopefulness, might feel a decrease in stress, in the long term, they're gonna feel it in the rear end because unfortunately, we already saw what happened with the fog around the world. They were giving out money for free all the time. What do we see? Inflation. What do we see? Devalue of your currency, value of your savings, right? This money doesn't just come from nowhere, right? This money just comes from more taxes, money printing, and all these things means less money in your pocket. It's an illusion to believe that being given free money is actually beneficial for you in the long term. It's only beneficial for you in the very short term because it's great and it's an emotional thing to get free money and it buys votes. Right? It buys votes for sure. In the long term, we see devaluation of your money. They're literally printing this or taxing you more. So if they're taxing you more, you're taking less money home at the end of the year. And if they're printing it, they are literally magically, if your money's saved in your bank account and it's $10,000 and they're constantly printing, this $10,000 that's saved in your bank account is now and less. And you buy less and less and less and less with it. So that money is technically coming from you. They are literally giving you back your own money and you're losing buying power at the same time. It is all a big fugazi scheme. Do not believe by receiving free money, you're gonna be well off. You will not. You will not. This is the same reason why the majority uh, of people that win the lottery are broke within 5 years. A lot of professional athletes, when they leave their respective sport, some of them, or a good portion of them, go broke as well because they have no level of money management. They don't understand that they were just getting more money than ever, and then it's all gone. So, free and with this aspect of being money being printed extra on top of it, just devalues your dollar, guys. It devalues your buying power. Do not buy into the universal basic income. It is a trap. It is a lie, and it will only bite you in the rear end in the long term. Guys, continue to smash those likes. Greatly appreciate all of you guys watching. Hit that follow if you haven't followed me, follow Debate Crypto or me on TikTok just yet. So definitely hit that follow button. And up next, we got Fed now. We definitely want to talk about this. Right? We want to talk about this. We've been talking about CBDCs. We've been talking about everything that's been happening with XRP. This happened a few days ago, obviously on the 21st, or actually it was a little bit longer than that. The Federal Reserve Fed now launched triggers fresh speculation over digital dollar. Well, no duh, right? Let's The Federal Reserve denies that its new instant payment services FedNow is anyways tied to a digital asset space. Of course, they're not going to admit this, right? Of course, they're not going to tell you, yes, this is the CBDC. But experts say that the new system could lay the groundwork. No, I mean, do you have to go to Harvard to understand that if they make new instant payment services all digital, right, is going to lead to a CBDC? But let's continue on. For the infrastructure needed for a potential central bank digital currency in the US. This week's announcement has led to fresh airings of warnings about potential privacy and control risks around the digital currency. I mean, isn't that what we've been doing on the channel for the last year and a half? I think so. We've been telling you guys, and everyone's been telling you CBDC bad, right? CBDC no bueno. Absolutely not. FedNow Thursday officially launched the service, which makes the process of sending payments in the US almost instant as opposed to a few hours or days that sending money in accounts to account currently takes. Some crypto enthusiasts saw the release as a form of validation because the FedNow project adopts a key goal of digital assets industry, yada yada yada. Yeah, the only people that saw that as a good thing was like exactly. But they're saying this is a payment system, not a digital token or a CBDC, but it's something that can be used and facilitate the creation of a CBDC, said Jim Bianco, president of Bianco Research. The FedNow program is definitely the testing waters for the CBDC in American land. 100%. Don't believe the fact that they're saying it's not. Of course, they're moving this way. Of course, they are. They're upgrading their system, they're getting their layers and their infrastructure ready, and then they're gonna drop the CBDC on it and say, "Bam, now we're on a CBDC. Look at all these tax incentives. Look at all these basic universal income incentives coming in. If you use a CBDC, we're gonna give you a basic income of whatever. You're gonna get this much money back per month," and all this fugazi, right? All this money fugazi that they can create, this fake monopoly money, have full control over it. So, this is definitely the beginnings of the CBDC here in America. You can bet your bottom dollar on it. Do not fall for the trap that this is not the CBDC. This is not the beginning of the CBDC. This is 100% the beginning of the CBDC. So, you do with that information what you want. You do with that information what you can. If you can buy assets, if you can, you know, put your money somewhere else, I don't know, and I'm not telling you what to do, but if you're concerned, now's the time to start making moves, not when the CBDC drops. Right, when the CBDC drops, the system takes over, it's too late. Now's the time. You have been warned over and over and over that this was coming, and this is getting closer and closer and closer. Kyle says, "Are you going to have a choice not to use a CBDC?" Probably not, Kyle. Probably not. Most likely not, right? At the beginning, that you will. At the beginning, they will drop the CBDC as an optional thing, as a thing parallel to what you have in your current banking system. But they will give you incentives, just how they did with, the thing around the fog around the world. event that they were giving out burgers, they were giving out free stuff if you did it. Same thing with a CBDC. They're gonna give you tax incentives, they're gonna give you possibly universal basic income incentives. They're gonna give you a lot of different incentives to get onto the CBDC. And once everyone's on the CBDC, or the good majority of people on the CBDC, then they're gonna say, "Hey, this other system is going away. The last few people that are standing alone over here in the CBDC, so you're gonna be automatically into it. The majority is already gonna be happy with their universal basic income and all the other little incentives that they've had. Then those incentives are gonna slowly dwindle and go away. People are gonna start seeing the dangers, but then it's gonna be too late, right? And I honestly believe that CBDCs could be a problem to the point where it could restrict how much crypto you're buying, what crypto you're buying, what exchanges are you how much money you're sending to these exchanges. And we're gonna be seeing a lot more of this problem happening with CBDCs. I honestly do believe that. Will it happen? Will it not? Only time will tell. But I do believe that that is a situation to look out for. So, guys, if you haven't learned anything, I'm gonna leave you with this last piece of advice: to always question everything, trust nothing, and until next time, HODL like it's hot. See you guys. Hey, how's it